Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Deltron3K. Yep, it's me. For the next 5 videos or so, sorry, but you're gonna have to look at me. It is what it is. But no, we're doing our top 5 weirdest video games ever created. This list was created by me, so it's put together by me, so totally my opinions. But I think I picked some good ones. Go ahead and leave a comment if you guys agree. Get to that later at the end of the video, but I put this list together. I'm really excited. I'm going to do some history and background into these games, but yeah, let's jump right into it. So coming in at number 5 for our top 5 list is Katamari Demacy, and that is a game you all have probably heard of. If you haven't, you're gonna, but it is a very fun game, but really weird. So let's get this ball rolling. Katamari Demacy was it is a third-person puzzle action game developed by Namco for the PlayStation 2. It was originally released back in March of 2004 in Japan. In September of that same year, it made its debut in the United States. Its production history and, well, obviously weird plot are the main reasons for why it has made our list of the top 5 weirdest games. Let's check it out. So, the history of Katamari begins with its designer, Keita Takahashi. He was born in 1975 in Japan. He attended art university in western Tokyo in the mid to late 90s. While he was there, he studied fine art and sculpting. He was never really interested in video games, at least in the sense of making a career out of them. He really wanted to be an artist and contribute his creations to the world and kind of just change the world's perception of art and things like that. But he never really thought about gaming as an outlet to do that. While he was at school, he made a lot of these sculptures that kind of drew attention towards him from pretty much everyone, from his fellow students to his professors, basically because they were just strange for the time. They weren't anything that people were making, at least at that art school. And you can see one right here. They're just a little weird, and they almost draw parallels to the characters in the games that he would go on to make. Shortly after graduating, he applied for a job at Namco. He got an interview, and it went terribly. I mean, he absolutely bombed this interview. It looked like he wasn't going to get the job. In fact, pretty much they told him he wasn't going to get the job. But another designer saw something in him, and maybe his portfolio or his showcase of work or whatever it was, but they saw something in him, and they put a word in and got him a job as a visual artist with Namco. While he was there, he worked on games like Dynasty Warriors, Kessen, a few others. Eventually, though, this kind of wore thin on him. He got real bored. For those who work in a cubicle job, or a corporate job, or even in the gaming industry itself, it is absolutely monotonous. The monotony will get to you. It will drive you crazy, mind-numbingly boring. And for Takahashi, this is what occurred. He just got bored of it. He saw what was coming out, what he was working on, what the future roadmap looked like, and he said, the world needs to change. The gaming world needs a change, because what we're putting out and what everybody else is putting out is just kind of bland. He didn't really know exactly what that change was supposed to be, but he knew it needed to happen. In an interview, he said, "I decided that if I wanted to work on a game, I had to find it interesting. I'd have to come up with it myself, and I wanted to make something you could only do in a game." And so he did just that. He came up with the idea for Katamari. He presented it to Namco, and the executives, again, shot him down. You would think that after almost not getting the job in the first place, and then presenting this idea that he, concocted and came up with and worked on detail after detail, that he would just lay down and quit. Well, that's not how Takahashi works. See, the only reason they shot him down was for budgetary reasons. That's why they passed on the game. Well, Keita could get the budget, then he could make his game. So that's what he did. He went out to something called the Namco Digital Hollywood Game Laboratory Student Aid Fund. Wow, that is a mouthful. It's essentially kind of like a scholarship type deal for designers, young up-and-coming designers, to get funding to make their games a reality. And even though he wasn't a student, they saw the potential in his idea and they gave him the funding. So he got the funding. I think it was like a little under $1 million, which, wow, that's, yeah, I would love if someone gave me $1 million to create my ideas. But you know what? They saw it in him and they gave it to him. So he got just under $1 million to make this game. Namco could not, you know, tell him no at this time, because he had the budget to go ahead and make the game that he had pitched to them, and that was the only reason they turned it down. So he took this new budget, he got right to work, and he started to make his game. The direction of his game was just simplicity. That's what he kept pushing, the idea of simplicity. Simple, simple, simple. And he wanted the game to be fun. Simple and fun. Those were the two main things that he required from people that worked on the game and for the final product of the game. And that's exactly what came out of it. They released to Japan, and it was an instant hit. And that success only carried further across the seas to North America. It won numerous awards and was an instant classic. So, why is such a beloved game on our list of top weird games? Let's take a look at the plot. Your antagonist, the king of all cosmos, kind of maybe accidentally destroyed the entire universe except for Earth during a drunken bender. I mean, it happens. That's where you come in. The prince of all cosmos, the son of the king of all cosmos. You have to roll up your sleeves and, well, everything else that you can roll. That's right. Your job is to roll a sticky magical ball known as a Katamari around the world, gathering any and everything that you possibly can. You can roll up plants, pencils, cups, tables, chairs, mailmen, firefighters, cars, houses, skyrises, goats, and of course, cows.
Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
Pretty much anything and everything that you come across, you can eventually gather it up in this giant ball, so long as the ball itself is larger than that item. You must gather as much material as you can so that your dad, you know, the drunken king who caused all this, can use the materials and repair the destroyed universe. Each completed Katamari ball you make is then turned into a star or a planet or a moon. The game also follows an Earthling family. The father of the family, he's an astronaut, which, when there's no planets or stars or moons to travel to, it's kind of a pointless job. And the daughter, well, she discovers that she can sense the king and the prince's powers. She knows every time they make a new star, and every time they make a new planet and new moon, and when their Katamari ball is complete. It makes sense, right? No? Well, then you can now see why it's on our weirdest game list. With its simplicity and downright nonsensical fun, Katamari Demacy was exactly the kind of break the gaming world needed. It was a game that didn't need much explaining. Anyone could pick it up and play. The outlandish plot was only further complemented by the zany characters and enjoyable yet bizarre gameplay. Takahashi went on to make a sequel and a few other games before he finally took a break from the gaming world altogether. He actually went on to build a children's playground. It was something that he had a lot of passion for and he really wanted to do, so he left the entire success he built in the gaming world to go and design playgrounds for kids. However, despite all that, this weird little idea that he came up with out of the boredom of his life, it lives on in the hearts as a little gem rolled up in a giant ball of video game history. Alright guys, so tune in next week. Again, we got number 5, that was Katamari Demacy. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to do this again 4 more times. We still have 4 more games to go through, so check back next week for number 4. What do you guys think it's going to be? Leave a comment. What do you guys think about Katamari being at number 5? I know some of you probably have played it. Do you think it belongs there? Personally, when I played it, it was a lot of fun, but I did think it was a very weird game at the time, and it still is. So leave a comment, discuss it, and make your predictions for what number 4 might be. Another thing, guys, is this series is something I came up with, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. At the end of the series, at the number 1 video, I'm going to do a little giveaway to thank you all. So make sure to catch that video at least. I mean, watch all of them, but if you're just here for the giveaway, it's going to be in the last video, which will be 4 weeks away. I'm going to do these as a weekly release, so every Friday, hopefully. And check back in 4 weeks for that number 1 video if that's all you care about and want to do the giveaway. But please, I urge you guys to at least check out the other 4, or the other 3, I guess. This series is something I've been trying to work on for a while, so I'm really excited about it. Thank you guys all for those who have subscribed to me. Those who haven't, go ahead and click that button. Again, leave a comment, discuss what you think about Katamari being at number 5, what you think will be 4. You guys can even predict 3, 2, and 1 if you want. And don't forget about that giveaway. It's going to be in the last video of the series, so definitely check back for that. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.